Well, before that, let's also talk about the undocumented persons and how MAGA people see them.
How much do you think undocumented immigrants pay into the tax system every year?
Zero.
Nothing. Nothing.
Probably nothing.
Undocumented, I would guess zero. Why would they pay anything?
My guess is nothing.
Since they're undocumented, $0.
$100.
$100. 2022, they paid $96 billion into Social Security and Medicare, just undocumented.
I really don't know what to say about it.
2022, they paid $96 billion into the Social Security Medicare system.
It seems ludicrous that there would be that kind of money coming in.
You are 100% right. Given everything we've heard, it sounds absurd. It sounds insane, just like an alternate reality, right? It runs counter to the entire narrative that we've been getting the past several years.
Who did? The government?
The undocumented immigrants, they paid into the system. They pay it into the system.
Okay.
So through ITN number.
So documented immigrants?
Undocumented immigrants, they pay Medicare, they pay Social Security. They don't get Social Security.
Right, but they pay into it.
They pay into
See, I
it.
wasn't aware of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about that? Were you aware of that? Were you aware that undocumented people in 2022, they paid a total of $96.7 billion in federal, state, and local taxes. This includes $59.4 billion to the federal government. Imagine that. And $37.3 billion to state and local governments. So on average, undocumented immigrants contributed $8,889 per person in taxes annually. Why is this important? Because it's important that we know the facts. So a breakdown of these contributions is 59.4 billion, including 25.7 billion for Social Security and 6.4 billion for Medicare. They cannot access those programs. Undocumented people cannot access those programs, but they pay into those programs. I'm going to repeat. Undocumented people cannot access Social Security and Medicare. We can as citizens, but they pay into it and we benefit. So all of us who are naturalized or citizens born in this country need to understand that we are benefiting from the tax contribution from undocumented people. Let me read on. State and local taxes is 37.3 billion with 46% from sales and excise taxes. All right, let's talk about sales taxes for a second, because this is how the narrative is spun by people who want to demonize any group of people. That homeowners are the only ones that pay taxes. Homeowners do pay taxes. But guess what? So do renters. Renters pay taxes. You know how? Through our rent. Do you really think, let's say you're a landlord, do you really think when your taxes go up that you're not going to increase people's rent? Do you really think that? That's not how it works. When taxes go up for property owners and they own multi-dwelling properties, who do you think is going to pay that increase? The renters. The renters pay that increase. So homeowners pay tax, renters pay tax, and we also know sales tax and excise taxes. Everybody pays sales tax. You have a cell phone, how much in fees and taxes? Undocumented people buy cell phones. You want to buy a cup from Home Goods? You want to buy a fork to eat on? There's tax on top of that. Undocumented people pay just as much taxes as everybody else. Let me go back to the stats. Property taxes, 31%, 10.4 billion, because guess what? There are some undocumented people that own property. Come on, guys. Come on. There are undocumented people that are also landlords. So they're paying property taxes also. What else are they paying? income taxes, those that are on work visas, those that are doing different things and they're able to, somehow work here, they are paying income tax. Guess how much? 7 billion. Okay. And this was 2 years ago when we were still kind of semi um, uh, remote. So, the impact of work authorization. So, if an undocumented immigrant were granted work authorization, let's talk about this. Their tax contributions can increase by 40.2 billion annually, reaching a total of 136.9 billion with a B. With a B. So, when you see a sign that says don't no legal benefits for illegals, it's propaganda. It is propaganda. Okay, so when we talk about that intellectual stimulation, intellectual health, make sure we're doing just a little bit of research before we repeat some of this misinformation. State level contributions in states like California, 8.5 billion undocumented people. Texas, 4.9 billion. New York, 3.1 billion are among the largest beneficiaries of these tax payments. Despite their exclusion, this is undocumented people, from many public benefits, undocumented immigrants play a vital role in funding essential programs and services through their tax contributions. So, what do you guys think about that? Any comments on, like, how, what do you think is going on with that? Have we been sold a bill of goods?